Hi, my name is Guanxian Peng. Today I want to analyze the article about the citizen dissatisfaction and satisfaction and experimental equivalence framing study. First, the main argument. This article introduces the importance of equivalence framing for understanding how satisfaction measures affect citizens' evaluation of public services. Does a 19% satisfaction rate have a quite different effect than a logically equivalent 10% satisfaction rate? Two experiments were conducted on citizens' evaluation of hospital services in a large nationally representative sample of Danish citizens. Then, the article offers an explanation of the potency of equivalency frames from the basis of a negativity bias. In summary, it's to show how simple variations in equivalent presentations of performance information affect citizens' perception of public services, and to test how part of this effect is driven by a negativity bias in citizens' responses. This article turns its focus to how malleable citizens' evaluations of public services are when citizens are confronted with satisfaction measures of different violence but with equivalent information content. That is, how does a positive versus a negative framing of the exact same level of satisfaction affect citizens' perceptions about a service? Then, the methodology of this article that is connected with what we learned in the book. First, I found is the observational studies and experimental studies. In the study of performance information, the negativity bias implies that citizens are asymmetric in their responses to good and bad performance, reaction mostly to the latter. The bias has found some support in observational studies and in experimental studies. The second one is randomized experiment. In order for the treatments to be logically equivalent, a second level of random assignment was introduced in which respondents were randomly assigned various percentages of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. The third is sampling. The study relied on a large nationally representative sample recruited through YouGov's Danish online panel. The panel, YouGov made contact with 8,200 respondents, which means the response rate was 42%, a sample that overall reflects the general population on these general social demographic characteristics. Furthermore, from the article, the sample is highly diverse and largely representative in terms of political party choice and education. In summary, the sample provides strong external validity of the findings across citizens with very different background characteristics. Last is the data connection surveys. For participating in the survey, participants received a number of points which they could use in a shop administered by YouGov. The study was restricted to citizens between the ages of 18 and 74 and was pre-stratified on gender, region, age, and political party choice in order to achieve a real representative sample of the Danish population. And the last part is the findings of this article. Both experiments found that exposing citizens to a patient dissatisfaction measure led to more negative views of public service than exposing them to a logically equivalent satisfaction metric. There is some support for part of the shift in evaluations being caused by elective bias. Dissatisfaction has a larger negative impact than satisfaction has a positive impact. Both professional experience at a hospital and prior exposure to satisfaction rates reduced the negative response to dissatisfaction rates. The results call for further study of equivalent framing of performance information. And secondly, citizens' immediate response to satisfaction metrics can be highly contingent on an arbitrary choice of a positive or negative label description, and differences in responses to satisfaction and dissatisfaction measures are driven by a disproportionate impact of negative violence performance information, in this instance, a dissatisfaction rate. Last is the critical assessment of this research. I think this research did a good job to use many methods to get the results. The only one I want to mention is that to the further study, the importance of performance information balance adds another example to the list of ways in which individuals' perceptions of blame are potentially malleable. Maybe the apparent widespread use of positive violence performance information is indicative of policymakers' fear of backlash. Some have linked the negativity bias to the general blame avoidance observed at the political level. As Hood notes, a key test of political power can be said to be the ability to overcome or counteract negativity bias. It is therefore highly important that further studies aim to understand how the informational violence of satisfaction measures can invoke an either negative or positive response among citizens, and from there on, the rest of the political administrative system. Thank you for your listening. Hope to